This is the only review of Airwallex you need to watch, because I'll cover everything. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is, how it works, who it's best for, the pricing, the pros, the cons, and how it compares to traditional business banking solutions. If you stick with me until the end of this video, you might realize you've been losing thousands of dollars in fees that were completely avoidable. So what exactly is Airwallex? So simply put, it's an online platform that helps businesses send, receive, and manage money across different countries without all the usual banking headaches. Instead of juggling multiple bank accounts in different countries, you can collect payments from customers anywhere in the world, pay your suppliers, manage your team's spending, and handle everything from one single dashboard. It was actually started back in 2015 by a group of friends in Australia who were frustrated with how difficult and expensive it was to make international payments. They couldn't find anything that worked well, so they just built their own solution. Today, over 150,000 businesses around the world use it. And this number is only going up as more and more business owners realize how much their traditional bank is screwing them over. Speaking of traditional banks, Airwallex is not a traditional bank. You're not going to get a mortgage or a line of credit here. Think of it less as replacing your bank and more as adding a smarter financial tool on top of what you already have, because your money will still be held safely at major regulated banks like JP Morgan and Barclays. Now, before I get into the features, I want to talk about something called the conversion trap, because this is the main problem Airwallex is built to solve, and most business owners don't even realize it's happening to them. Here's how it works. Every time you make an international sale, your money might get converted multiple times. Once when the customer pays you, again when it passes through your bank or payment provider, and sometimes a third time when you pay a supplier in their local currency. Each of those conversions comes with fees and bad exchange rates, and it adds up fast. Some businesses are losing up to 10% of their money before it even hits their account. That's a huge chunk of your revenue quietly disappearing every single month without you even noticing. And that's exactly what Airwallex is designed to fix. So, let's get into the features. Airwallex is built around three main things: global accounts, payments, and managing your team's spending. Starting with global accounts. Instead of having just one bank account in your home country, Airwallex gives you real local bank account details in over 60 countries across more than 20 currencies. Things like a proper US bank account number, a proper European bank account, and so on. This means your customers can pay you the same way they'd pay any local business in their country. No international transfer fees, no forced currency conversions, no delays. Let me give you a simple example of why this is such a big deal. Let's say you're based in the US and you have customers in Germany. With Airwallex, you can open a Euro account with a real European bank account number. Your German customers just send you a normal local bank transfer, like they would to any other business in Europe. The money lands in your Airwallex Euro balance with no international fees and no automatic conversion. You hold it in euros and only convert it when the exchange rate works in your favor. That kind of control is something you just don't get with a regular bank account. And the savings are real. Airwallex users save up to 80% on currency conversion fees compared to traditional banks. The conversion fee is just 0.5% above the base exchange rate for major currencies like USD, Euro, and GBP, and 1% for less common currencies. And unlike some other platforms, they don't charge you extra on weekends. Now, let's talk about payments. Whether you're selling on your own website, on Amazon, TikTok Shop, Shopify, or WooCommerce, Airwallex lets you accept payments from customers in over 180 countries using over 160 different payment methods. We're talking Apple Pay, Google Pay, Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and a whole range of local payment options depending on the country. When a customer tries to pay a business from another country, their bank sometimes blocks the payment because it looks like a foreign transaction. Airwallex processes payments locally wherever possible, so it looks like a normal domestic payment to the customer's bank. That means fewer failed payments and more completed sales for your business. Airwallex also lets you keep the money in the same currency your customer paid in instead of automatically converting it. So if a customer pays you in euros, you keep it in euros until you decide to convert it. You're in control of when and how your money gets converted, instead of your bank making that decision for you. Now, let's talk about managing your team's spending, because this is where Airwallex really stands out. With Airwallex, you can create physical or virtual business cards for yourself and your team members instantly. These cards are connected directly to your Airwallex account and work in multiple currencies. They're perfect for things like paying for ads, software subscriptions, team travel, or paying international freelancers. You can set spending limits on each card, restrict them to specific types of purchases, freeze or cancel them instantly, and see every transaction in real time. And when it comes to keeping track of expenses, your team members can just take a photo of their receipt in the app, and Airwallex automatically matches it to the right transaction. No more chasing people for receipts at the end of the month. Because Airwallex connects directly with popular accounting tools like Xero, QuickBooks, and NetSuite, all of your transaction data syncs automatically. No more manually entering data, no more spreadsheets, no more errors. It basically takes care of your bookkeeping in the background. They also have a bill payment feature where you can manage all your supplier invoices in one place. You can create, schedule, and approve payments in just a few clicks. And if you need to pay a large number of suppliers or team members at once, you can send up to 1,000 payments in a single batch. For anyone managing multiple suppliers or contractors, that alone saves a huge amount of time every month. Now let's talk about how Airwallex compares to other options out there. Compared to your traditional bank, the difference is massive. Regular banks are built for domestic use, and they make a lot of money from international transfers and currency conversions. The moment you start moving money across borders with a traditional bank, you're paying for it. International transfers can take 2 to 5 business days and cost anywhere from $20 to $50 each. With Airwallex, most international transfers go through local payment networks, which means they arrive the same day or even instantly, and the fees are a fraction of what a bank would charge. Compared to Wise, Airwallex is a much better fit if you're running a proper business. Wise is great if you just need to send money from one place to another every now and then. But that's basically all it's good for. Airwallex gives you business cards, expense management, the ability to accept payments from customers, accounting integrations, and a whole lot more. I find accounting integrations particularly useful because it makes things so much easier and stress-free during tax season. Wise is certainly lacking in this department. If you're building and growing a business, Airwallex is just in a completely different league. Compared to Stripe on payment processing fees, Airwallex is actually cheaper in several areas. For business card payments, for example, Airwallex charges 1.3% compared to Stripe's higher rate. On $50,000 a month in revenue, that difference alone could save you hundreds of dollars every single month. Now let's talk about pricing, because this is where a lot of platforms catch you off guard. Airwallex is actually really straightforward about what things cost. Opening an account is completely free. No monthly fees, no minimum balance, and no charges just for holding money in your account. You only pay when you actually use something. Currency conversions cost 0.5% above the base exchange rate for major currencies and 1% for less common ones. Sending money through local payment networks is free. International SWIFT transfers, which are only used as a last resort when no local option is available, cost between $10 and $25. Creating virtual business cards is free, and you can make as many as you need. Now let's talk about pricing. And this is actually one of the things I like most about Airwallex. It's very straightforward, with no hidden surprises. There are 3 plans to choose from, depending on the size and needs of your business. The first is the Explore plan, which is completely free. No monthly fees and no cost per user. You get everything you need to get started, including multi-currency business accounts, corporate cards with 0 international fees, expense management, domestic and international bill payments, online payment acceptance, invoicing, and integrations with Xero and QuickBooks. You also earn 3.07% on any USD you hold in your account. For a free plan, this is genuinely impressive and covers most of what a small business needs. The second is the Grow plan at $12 per user per month, plus a platform fee based on your team size. This is where things open up for growing businesses. On top of everything in Explore, you get more advanced expense controls like automatic card freezing rules, customizable multi-step approval workflows, AI-powered expense policy management, advanced automation for bills and expenses, and integrations with NetSuite and Dynamics 365. You also get HRIS integrations to connect your HR software, and you can manage finances across up to 3 global entities from one account. The yield on US dollars also increases to 3.22%. The third is the Accelerate plan, which is custom pricing for larger businesses. On top of everything in Grow, you get AI-powered 3-way matching for purchase orders and invoices, a custom direct API integration with your ERP system, centralized financial management across unlimited global entities, a dedicated account manager, and full onboarding support. The USD yield also goes up to 3.34%. So in short, if you're just getting started, the free Explore plan is more than enough. If your team is growing and you need more control over spending and approvals, Grow is the natural next step. And if you're running a large operation across multiple countries, Accelerate gives you everything you need in one place. Now let's go through the pros and cons so you have the full picture. Starting with the pros. Airwallex is really easy to set up. Everything is done online, and you can get started in minutes without visiting a branch or filling out a mountain of paperwork. The platform itself is clean and easy to use, even if you're not particularly tech-savvy. The exchange rates are significantly better than what you'd get from a traditional bank, and the fees are clearly laid out with no hidden surprises. There are no monthly fees on the base plan. The business cards are great for keeping team spending under control, and the connections with platforms like Shopify, Amazon, TikTok Shop, Xero, and QuickBooks make it a really well-rounded tool for online businesses. And from a security standpoint, Airwallex holds over 60 financial licenses around the world, uses two-factor authentication on every account, and has continuous fraud monitoring running in the background. Now for the cons, because like other business banking solutions, Airwallex is not perfect. The most common complaint in user reviews is account freezes. Because Airwallex's fraud detection is automated, if something unusual happens on your account, like a sudden large deposit or a big spike in transactions, it can get flagged and temporarily frozen. This isn't unique to Airwallex, but if you're on a lower tier plan, your main support option is email, which can mean waiting a few hours to resolve things. The best way to avoid this is to be proactive. If you're expecting a large or unusual payment, upload any relevant invoices or contracts beforehand, so there's nothing for the system to flag. Airwallex also doesn't offer loans, overdrafts, or savings accounts. The business cards are prepaid cards, not credit cards, so you can only spend what's already in your account. It's a business-only platform, so it won't work for personal finances. And if your business is in a higher risk category like crypto or gambling, your application may be declined. So who is Airwallex actually the right fit for? If you're running an e-commerce business that sells internationally, this is probably the best option out there for you. The ability to collect money in different currencies, hold it, and pay suppliers directly without converting it back and forth is a genuine money saver. If you're a business that accepts a lot of card payments, the lower processing fees compared to competitors could save you a significant amount every month. If you have a remote team or work with international freelancers, the business cards and expense management tools make keeping track of spending really simple. And if you're building a tech platform or marketplace, the developer tools and API give you a level of flexibility that most other platforms just don't offer. On the other hand, if you're running a simple local business with no international activity, Airwallex might be more than you need. And if you need a business loan, a line of credit, or in-person banking, this isn't the right tool for that either. So, is Airwallex worth it? Honestly, yes, but for the right business. The more international your business is, the more you're going to get out of it. If you plan to grow your business operations, it's a good idea to set up your business banking with Airwallex right from the start. And remember, it's not trying to be a full replacement for your bank. It's trying to be really good at one specific thing: helping businesses move money across borders smarter, faster, and cheaper. And from everything I've seen, it does that really well. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can sign up for Airwallex. If you're unsure, I recommend starting with the free plan to see if you like it before committing to a paid subscription. I always try to get you guys special offers and discounts, so if one becomes available, you will get it only through that link. If you want to learn how to use Airwallex, I made a detailed tutorial showing you the exact step-by-step process from signing up to making your first transaction. The video should automatically pop up on your screen, so just click it to start watching.